welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to do a different type of video, but I've kind of done something similar before. We're going to be kind of discussing the movies that came out in 2018. Now at the end of the year, or more so at the start of the year, because it'll be the start of next year, I do have my favourite movies that I watched this year video and some Monday Movie Hunt roundup videos and stuff. But this is not that because it's a little bit early for that. But I did spot the Empire Review of the Year 2018 magazine when I was out shopping, so I think this has just recently come out, and I don't regularly pick up the Empire magazines. However, I have got the 2017 Review of the Year from last year. I found it the other day when I was sorting through some magazines, and I thought it was really interesting to look back on as well. But what I thought I would do in this video is just share. Now I haven't opened the magazine yet, I haven't looked, I don't know what films it talks about, but I just wanted to share kind of just some quick thoughts on the movies that the magazine picked as some of the best of 2018. I thought that'd be interesting, and I can see how many of them I've watched, how many of them I haven't. There probably is going to be quite a few that I haven't seen because obviously you guys know I wait to pick the films up on Blu-ray and DVD rather than going to the cinema, so I am always a bit behind, so I can never quite do the same end of year video as everybody else, and that's just because I don't particularly enjoy going to the cinema. I much prefer to watch films at home, so I always get a better experience that way. Anyway, so I reckon Infinity War is going to be a feature because obviously it's on the front of the magazine, but let's flick to, let me try and find the start of the section. Dum bum bum, here we go. Oh, okay, no, maybe that's not the start. Nope, it's not. It is not. Okay, here we go. Review of the Year. And there's a cool, like, Harley Quinn book advertised on the other side. Okay, so 2018. Okay, so is this starting out with the first one, or is it just going to whatever? Because the first thing we see is Avengers Infinity War, which I enjoyed. I gave 5 stars. I definitely need to revisit it, I think, hopefully before the end of the year. Okay, it kind of talks about Infinity War, which this is going to be really interesting to read. It talks about the ending, it talks about some other stuff, so I don't know if these are in order or if it's just suggesting some of the great films of the year. So obviously Avengers Infinity War was a massive film this year, and it, to be fair, it did blow me away. Like the end I didn't expect. I feel like it's not my favourite film of the year, and I feel like I don't know, I still need to, I gave it 5 stars, but I still need to gather more thoughts, and I definitely need to watch it again. Okay, the next page is still on Infinity War. I won't show all the pages because obviously I don't want to ruin the films also, but yeah, so Infinity War. Okay, the next one is an interesting one, which I wouldn't have actually expected, but it's Mission Impossible Fallout, is that what it's called? Now, I really like Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, which is the 5th film. Is this the 6th film? Am I right? I don't know. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation is one of the only Mission Impossibles I've seen, and I loved it. I then bought the pack. Did I buy 1 to 3? I think I bought 1 to 3, and I have Ghost Protocol, whatever it's called, the 4th one, somewhere else. But now I'm kind of wishing I would have just bought 1 to 4 on Blu-ray. That would have made more sense. I don't know what I got, but anyway, I got a Blu-ray box set of the Mission Impossibles, and then I have Ghost Protocol on DVD somewhere. So I then thought I'd watch them all after loving 5, and I just didn't do it. I just didn't get around to it. I haven't watched them yet, but I'm still excited to watch this one because obviously I've seen the 5th one. Really looking forward to watching the 6th one, and obviously people liked it. I'm just starting to question now whether it is the top films of the year or not, but I figure it is. That would make sense. Maybe I should have read the magazine first. I was going to do it as like a surprise. It seemed a smart idea until now. Okay, so there's quite a lot on Mission Impossible here. There's a few pages on each. It's a 25-page section, so I'm not sure how many films they're going to have. Maybe just top 10. Okay. Okay, interesting. This one is American Animals. American Animals. I haven't even heard of American Animals, I feel. So I feel like I'm behind. Is it new? Does it really just come out? American Animals. You guys can let me know what that film is. It's based on a real life heist from 2004. So, sounds kind of cool. The next one, I feel feel like these aren't in the way, these aren't laid out how I thought they were going to be laid out. This isn't, oh, it mentions Deadpool 2, but this is all about characters. Bad Times at the El Royale, which I have heard of. It's mentioned that, I mentioned Deadpool, but again, it's not actually, okay, now we have, oh, okay, we have A Quiet Place, which is one of my favourites of the year. It'd probably be my top 10. I wouldn't say it was being my top 5, but I did think it was fantastic. I loved it. Completely surprised me. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm really glad to see that in here, because I really thought it was great. I mean, I'd heard great things about it. Everybody really liked it. I thought I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't know how much I would love it and how effective it would be. But yeah, I thought A Quiet Place was brilliant. Moving along, we have The Shape of Water, which I wasn't as blown away by. Everybody talks about The Shape of Water and everybody really loves it. So I went in, I think, with too high expectations. I waited too long to watch it. Like, it came out on Blu-ray, I waited like a month or two after that to watch it. Everybody had already seen it and I thought it was good. I gave it 4 stars, I think. I really liked it, you know, the visuals in it and kind of the theme. I really liked the main character played by Sally, it must say her name, surely in here somewhere. I've forgotten, but it doesn't say. Oh, here we go, Sally Hawkins, there we go, Sally Hawkins. For some reason my mind didn't sound right. But yeah, I thought she was fantastic. Yeah, so I thought, you know, in parts it was good. I didn't hate it or anything, but I wasn't as blown away by it. Okay, now we have Hereditary, which I am still yet to talk about. I watched recently, I watched it in October, I watched it last month. I have kind of too much to say about Hereditary to go into, I suppose, in this video, but I wanted it to be something else, I suppose, by the end. I thought it set up the film fantastically. I got really sucked into the characters, really surprised by the story. There were some things that just I didn't expect. And then I had a plan. I was like, oh, I hope it does this, I hope it does this. And it created a lot of ideas, which I always think is fantastic when a film can create loads of ideas. But then the end, I was like, oh, okay. I don't know, I just, it wasn't, I feel like it could have taken so many, maybe different routes, but I suppose that wasn't the point of the film. So in the end, it, you know, it all made sense, but I was like, and then it does mention here the Happy Time Murders, which I have not seen, but it's got some funny scenes, so I have heard, you know, some things about it. Okay, and now we come to the top 20 of the year. So they have got a top 20, and this is pretty surprising, so we'll go through these. This makes a little bit more sense. I'm sorry the other bit was a bit higgledy-piggledy, but we get there. I suppose we'll go from 20 to 1, that makes more sense. At number 20 you've got I, Tonya, which again I enjoyed, but I'd heard a lot of hype about, a lot of love about, and it didn't blow me away as much as I thought it would. So it probably, you know, it's not going to be in my top favourites of the year, I can probably say. The next one is You Were Never Really Here, with Joaquin Phoenix. Hopefully we got there in the end. This has been released on DVD and Blu-ray, but I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if it's a film that I'm interested to see, to be honest, so let me know your thoughts on that one. It's interesting to see it here in this top 20. The ones I haven't seen that have been released on DVD and Blu-ray, I will consider looking into further. The next one has not been released on DVD or Blu-ray yet, and that is Leave No Trace. I'm very interested to see that in this top 20. That's, you know, it's really interesting. The next one, number 17, is Coco, which again, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great visually, I thought the story was really fantastic, and I liked the setting of it and everything and the characters. But it didn't blow me away as much as I thought it would. I do seem to get this every year. There's those films that everybody talks about and everybody loves, and I don't get completely blown away by them. Last year, or the year before, maybe it was like Fantastic Beasts and Moana, both of which I now like better than I did the first time. Moana I desperately want to rewatch. I can't find my Blu-ray of it, but I have rewatched it once since, and I just really love that film now. So it's one, again, it sometimes takes me a while to warm to films. I can't really explain it, but that's just how it is. The next one's number 16, called Cold War, and I'm trying to find out who is in this film because I haven't heard of it and I haven't seen it. So there we go, Cold War. I will look into that one. At 15 we've got Annihilation, which I did see. Of course, this on Netflix. Josh had read the book Annihilation. I've talked about this a little bit. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Like Natalie Portman a lot. And to be fair, I would watch it again. Now looking back on it, I think it has some interesting themes. It, you know, I quite liked it. At the time, I thought it was just really, I think I gave it 3.5. Thought it was really just okay. But looking back on it, I did quite enjoy it. At number 14, we've got Isle of Dogs, which I do own. I have picked up. I have got the Blu-ray, but I haven't watched it yet. So again, I'm happy to see it on the list here. Number 13, we've got Hereditary, which we've just talked about. Number 12, we've got Roma. Now, I don't think I've heard of this film. And if I have, I don't recognise that poster. Sometimes when you see like a different picture, you're like, oh yes, I know what that is. But yeah, so I'll look into that one. Number 11, we have Mandy, which is really interesting again to see on here. I have talked about this in a Monday Movie Hunt recently, not last week, the week before. And we went into that a little bit, but I am still interested that it was on this list. At number 10, we have one that I don't know how we are pronouncing. Before it came out on DVD Blu-ray, it's not on DVD Blu-ray yet, I was going to look into how other people were pronouncing it. It's kind of all one word, but I would pronounce it Black KKK Klansman. But obviously it's got the K from Black and the K from Klansman within the KKK, so I don't know how to pronounce it. I guess maybe it's just Black Klansman. I don't know. I don't know about this film. I thought I need to look into it further to see whether it would be a film that I would pick up. So yeah, again, because we've not gotten to that point, sometimes films aren't out on DVD or Blu-ray yet. I wait until we're a little bit closer to the time of them releasing for me to look into it and kind of decide whether or not I want to pick it up or not. We've got Phantom Thread, which is one that I didn't pick up, and I didn't really know much about. I didn't really look into it. This is number 9, and having, you know, since it's been released, I suppose, on DVD and Blu-ray, I've heard quite a lot of good things about it, and obviously it's on this list here. I've seen a bit of a trailer on another Blu-ray, like at the start they have the adverts, and I actually think it looks really good, so I really do want to pick that one up at some point soon. So that was one that I kind of overlooked and missed, which does definitely happen. I don't obviously pick up all the movies, so that happens sometimes, you know, one slip by, and then I look into it further later, I'm like, oh wait, I should have picked that up. So I could just pick it up obviously at a later date. So yeah, I will pick that one up at some point. Next we've got 8, A Star Is Born. Obviously this only really recently just came out, so it's really interesting to see such a literally just new film on this list, so that's really cool. Number 7 is Lady Bird. Now this, I have a lot to say about Lady Bird, which I will talk about more at the end of the year, because it is going to be one of my favourites of the year. When I first watched Lady Bird, I gave it 4 stars. It was one of those movies, I was like, yeah, it was okay, I liked it. But it didn't blow me away. It was one of those that, like, I've heard all the time about, but I liked it. Days went by, and I thought, you know what, I give it 4.5, give it 4.5. I love Saoirse Ronan, I think she's fantastic, and I also really like Greta Gerwig, so I thought, yeah, I did enjoy it, and I kept thinking about it, and I gave it 4.5. And then, you know, a few months went by, and I rewatched it. And then I just thought it was the best thing. I absolutely love it. I desperately want to rewatch it again. I will rewatch it before the end of the year. I've been watching, I watched the special features on it. Definitely watch the special features if you have the Blu-ray DVD and it's got the features on there. It was brilliant. It made me love the film even more. I've been watching interviews and all sorts of stuff about this film. And it was interesting that it started out that I gave it 4 stars, as for example I did with Coco. I gave Coco 4 stars when I first watched it. And then it's kind of just grown and grown and grown from there. So that does happen to me. So I say that sometimes and it seems like a weird thing to say, that I like a film and then I grow to love it. That does definitely happen. And when I saw Tangled in the cinema, I think I've talked about it before, I remember thinking, yeah, that was okay. And I had a fun time, but it didn't blow me away. And then again, Tangled became one of my favourite Disney movies of all time. I became completely in love with it and I thought it was everything after watching it again and again and again and again. So it's just one of those things. Number 6 is another new one, and that's First Man. This has only very recently come out, and I am looking forward to this, but of course it's not out on DVD Blu-ray yet. Number 5 we have Black Panther, which of course was a brilliant film. Everybody loved it. It was another one of those that I kind of built up too much for, but I really enjoyed the culture and the characters and everything, and I really enjoyed seeing them in Infinity War as well. It made me want to watch the film Black Panther again, and again I think it's going to be one of those films like Lady Bird that just grows on me over time as well. At number 4 we've got 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which I thought was fantastic. I've been hoping to revisit it before the end of the year to see where I'd kind of place it, if it would make it into my top 10 or not. I'm not sure at this point. Number 3 we've got A Quiet Place, which again is brilliant. We talked about that. Number 2, which I'm so surprised about, is Mission Impossible Fallout. So that gives me a lot of hope, I guess, for Mission Impossible. I didn't know it was so kind of well loved, I guess. And number 1 is Avengers Infinity War, which I suppose is no real surprise. But I don't know, I can tell you now, Avengers Infinity War isn't going to be my favourite film of the year. So yeah, it's going to be up there. Obviously it's going to be in my top 5. I thought it was great, but it's not my favourite. I do need to rewatch it and take in every little detail, because there was a lot to unravel in that film. There's a lot going on, a lot of characters. But yeah, so that is the top 20 according to Empire of 2018. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. I'd be interested to see Mission Impossible to see whether or not I would place it that high. But obviously everyone has different opinions. It's kind of hard to create such a list from a magazine, I suppose. Like, everybody's got to come together and decide. I feel like that would be hard, because I feel like the top list is so individual and stuff. I will definitely be making one, but it will definitely be in January next year. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on these films. Let me know what you think of the ones that I haven't seen. I'd be really interested to know if I should definitely check them out. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye!